Hello everyone and welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping by. So this one is going to be a quick one. Yes, so as you can see, Wike is telling us that his hands are clean, that he has not done anything wrong in Nigeria. Like indeed, Nigeria is a cruise, honestly. Why Nigerians are suffering, why there is hunger in the land, look at our so-called leaders. Look at what they're showing us on national television. Like, this is so shameful as well as heartbreaking, honestly. So in this particular video that I want to show you guys, you're going to get to know everything that is happening in Nigeria, especially when it comes to Nigeria politics. So make I not even waste your time so that you can watch this video in full. But before then, please, if today is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share it as well. So my people, let's go ahead and watch the video.
Yesterday, we congratulated Eberechi Suzette Nyesom Wike, wife of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, who was appointed as one of the appeal court judges on Wednesday. While in celebration, the EFCC minister is seen in this now viral video dancing and singing to an Igbo song, which translates to "My hands are clean," as he reunited with some members of the defunct G5 governors. Let's take a look. Our FCT minister, this was the implications you were talking about yesterday.
The implication is for the G5.
Yes.
You know, celebrating with the minister of the FCT on the elevation of his wife.
Yes.
Well, I've seen people saying Sheyi Makinde was not there.
Yeah.
So the G5 was
some
not
members,
complete.
yes, it was
I've also heard people say, well, it looks like Nyesom Wike now is at the same level, which is former godfather Peter Odili. His own wife made it to the Supreme Court, and very soon Wike will have a wife on the Supreme Court bench too. But that's neither here nor there. This song is about my hands are clean.
My hands are clean.
Are their hands clean?
That's
the people of the PDP may not say that their hands are clean. And Wike, who is neither a toad nor a frog, you know, standing between APC and PDP, are his hands clean? But just for the people who understand the Igbo song, to explain what it means, you know, in an autochthonous manner.
Well, that's
are Wike's hands clean in Fubara's matter in Rivers?
Well,
so these are the questions.
Did you see that video that was trending in May where they were saying, Fubara must obey Wike? Did you see that? I mean, this is just absolute.
Nigeria and a cruise.
Complete cruise.
There's never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment, exactly.
Our leaders may not be doing well, but at least they entertain us.
They do.
Have you seen that video?
Which one?
Where somebody was imitating President Tinubu in the flood.
They always do. Oh, goodness, you have to send it to me.
Ah,
you have to, haven't seen that. Well,
classical.
Right. Trust that I'll bring it up on What's Trending. Well, we'll take another story then. The executive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Olukoyede, on Thursday led a colorful roadwork with staff of the commission and other stakeholders in the anti-corruption corridor amid singing and dancing as he called for enhanced and consistent commitment to whistleblowing by Nigerians towards tackling the menace of economic and financial crimes and other acts of corruption in the country. Olukayode made the call while addressing stakeholders at the Unity Fountain in Abuja. Other stakeholders also advocated for the need for more affirmative actions against corruption, including the chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Joe Ajaero, who said that most of the governors being persecuted today are those who couldn't pay minimum wage.
Corruption is affecting everybody, even to the corrupt. And I keep saying it, to the corrupt. Hear me, you have stolen money, you bought Rolls Royce. You have stolen our money, you bought Lamborghini. Where is the road in Nigeria to drive your Rolls Royce? You have stolen money, you went to build mansion in your village. You can't even go there and spend one night because of insecurity. That is what corruption has caused. That is what your deeds and your indiscipline has caused.
All right, Rufai, you said you have a question for
Yes.
the EFCC chairman.
Yes.
What's your question?
He said, and I quote, if we don't prosecute Yaya Bello, what did he say we do?
I can't remember what he meant.
Did I miss that? Okay.
He said if he's not able to prosecute Yaya Bello, he said he will resign. Didn't he say so?
I can't remember.
I think I missed that. Did I? I don't remember.
Well, the matter is in court.
Yeah, the matter is in court.
So it's not for him to take a final decision.
The big question we should ask him is, with other people, how far with those cases? That's the question I want to ask him. We love the march. It's a good match. It's as well because corruption, we can see over 700 billion have been taken in corruption. Yeah. But please, this Yaya Bello's matter will be a very good litmus test for him. The matter is in court. How far with it? That's just the question I want to ask him. How far with Yaya Bello's matter?
Yes. No, it's beyond them. I mean, the courts have taken
No, we know.
Yes.
They are the ones prosecuting. Yeah. Hope they have their case intact. It's not that it's beyond them. Oh. The reason why EFCC are not be able to nail a lot of people all this while is that they put up a shoddy case and they go to the court and they lose the case in the court.
So that's some of the criticism.
At the end of the day,
it's not beyond him. Oh. They should do their part. That's just it. We need to get to the end of the matter, and justice must be done.
I think this was a good exercise. Yes. It, presented the EFCC in a good light.
No, but the thing to stress was that yesterday, as I mentioned earlier, was the day African Union declared as the anti-corruption day. Anti-corruption. The United Nations declared 9th of December as anti-corruption day. So all those events that you saw yesterday were in line with the commemoration of the African Union Anti-Corruption Day. And within the context of the fact that some people, a shadowy group, as the EFCC described them, have been trying to, stage a protest against the EFCC. The EFCC has gone ahead using the occasion of the Anti-Corruption Day to remind everyone that wherever you are, if you steal Nigerian money, the EFCC will come after you.
And also encouraging Nigerians that whistleblower policy is, very important. If you see crime, report crime.
But yes, you also let you pay. Because the reason why that policy died is that when it's for time to pay, stories will come.
Well, I want you to tie this in with my next story, Ayo, because I know, don't forget your point. In the meantime, more on protests. Activist DJ Switch, who filmed the infamous shooting of NSAS protesters at the Lekki toll gate on October 20th, 2020, has reacted to the judgment of the ECOWAS Court of Justice, which found the federal government of Nigeria guilty of human rights abuses in its response to the NSAS protests, stating that the judgment poses a glimmer of hope for truth and justice. The court ruled on Wednesday that the Nigerian government's actions, particularly on its use of force at the Lekki toll gate in Lagos, breached several international human rights standards, including Article 1, 5, 6, 9, 10, and 11 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. The court mandated the Nigerian government to pay 2 million naira in compensation to each victim named in the suit. The suit was filed by DJ Switch alongside 2 others. Well, let me take a part of a statement which she posted on X. DJ Switch wrote, "Sitting in court yesterday and hearing the verdict from the judges indicting the Nigerian government of the crime they committed on the 20th of October 2020 was one of the best days of my life since that horrific day, and also legally vindicates us all. If no room is left for corruption to fester, the people are served, barring any obstruction from the government to follow the instructions of the court, I can finally move on to other things, passion-wise, which I hope to share with you all. I mean, victory at last for DJ Switch,
Dabira and Petrol, who jointly put the suit. Now, I must say that it's quite unfortunate that, number one, her life has changed. I don't know if it would ever, be the same again. She's had to run away because of threats to her life, following the fact that she live streamed what happened on the 20th of October 2020. And unfortunately, technology and videos do not lie. And despite the denial many times by the military and the government saying that it didn't happen, the court has now ruled that truly they ought to pay compensation to everyone affected, 2 million naira each, as a result of breaking the laws like you mentioned. And I want to praise the fact that they went all the way. People can succumb to intimidation, not just from the government, but even from people around who were almost gaslighting them to believe that that incident didn't happen. A number of people saw the live stream by DJ Switch, watched it while it was happening live. It was horrific. And I'm glad that they pursued it up to the courts and were able to get the justice that is due to them. Beyond that, I hope that the government finally, we're talking about Ruto, I'll talk about William Ruto later, and I think we'll talk about that later.
Yes,
with regards to the fact that sometimes what people want is just that you listen to them, that you hear them, and that when things are wrong, and obviously by courts, because if we're saying that they should obey court rulings in Nigeria and the rule of law, then we must be able to also respond even to courts that were, especially to conventions that were signed to. And so I hope that this would be done, and justice will be, payments will be made, and they would also respect them. Now, with regards to Ola Olukoyede, with the march, I must say that in terms of his tenure so far, he has positioned himself and spoken very loudly about the fact that there'll be no sacred cows. And just to give him the benefit of that doubt, to see him fight corruption. We are losing a lot of money as a nation as a result of corruption. Look at the report released by National Bureau of Statistics in collaboration with UNODC, where they say that 60% of people who are employed in public sector got there by either nepotism or corruption. It means that people bribe their way, and then we talk about lack of productivity in the nation. We talk about the fact that people are not, people are incompetent in their roles. So this is important. Every single person should put hands together and report any case that you see.
Absolutely. Love that point. Let's head over to Kenya now, where President William Ruto on Thursday fired almost his entire cabinet following widespread anti-government protests in the country last month. The protests, led by youth groups, were triggered by proposed tax increases that Ruto later withdrew. The unrest led to clashes with the police, leaving at least 39 people dead, and a brief occupation of parliament by demonstrators. Well, William Ruto stated in a televised address to the nation that he was also firing the Attorney General of the country, but clarified that the office of the Deputy President will remain unaffected.
I have today, in line with the powers given to me by Article 1521 and 1525B of the Constitution and Sections 12 of the Office of the Attorney General's Act, decided to dismiss with immediate effect all the Cabinet Secretaries and Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya, of the Cabinet of Kenya, except the Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs and Diaspora Affairs. And of course, the office of the Deputy President is not affected in any way.
Vice President. Well, all right. Rufai, I heard you earlier saying that you don't trust William Ruto, but a lot of people have commended this particular action because, it shows that he is listening. 39 people died in that protest. Let me take this reaction from African Center. They wrote, President Ruto's decision to fire his entire cabinet, retaining only the deputy and prime cabinet secretary, is a bold move that could signify a commitment to addressing the concerns of the people. If this action leads to the formation of a more responsive and effective government, it could be a positive step towards enhancing governance and improving the well-being of Kenyans.
So I don't trust Ruto. One, is a politician. Two, if you know Ruto's antecedents, you wouldn't trust all of this charade. Please, I would like to give you an assignment, Audrey. Go and listen to the first interview he did on Citizens TV and other platforms in Kenya, Ruto was openly justifying the killing of those young people. Ruto openly subjugated a report that was released by the Kenya Human Rights Commission about the killings, even preferring the BBC's reports more than the Kenya Human Rights Commission report because he indicted his government. Ruto went ahead to try as much as possible to justify that they are the protesters too because they damaged things. It was the unscrupulous elements around the protesters that the police killed. There is no contrition. Why he's doing all of this is he wants to curry favor because obviously now the IMF that he was looking at for those monies is not looking at him any longer. Kenya is a financial dire strait, so he wants to sort out this youth issue quickly and get back to his elements. Like they say, look, like I said before, hold on for neck well.
Okay.
This is the time you should hold him well. You might say it's a welcome development, but I don't trust all that. I don't trust politicians. If he truly cared, it would not be after the death of over 23 people that all of this is happening. He could have done this earlier. That's my view.
President Ruto is trying to diffuse tension. Now, the minimum demand of the Gen Z protesters online and on the streets in Kenya, and they sustain the protests, is to say that Ruto must go. So what he has done now is trying to meet them halfway. He has sacked almost the entire cabinet. He says he's not sacking the VP. He cannot sack Vice President Gachagua, who is one of his staunchest critics, as it were, in terms of his attitude, because it's a joint ticket. Now, he has said there will be no budget line allocations to the office of the First Lady and the office of the Second Lady. He has told the youths that there will be spending cuts. He has said that Kenya will have to borrow more, about 3.3%, to address the fiscal deficit of about $2.7 billion. Now, Kenya is suffering because Moody's has further, downgraded Kenya economy into junk territory, but it still needs to address that fiscal deficit. But it looks like taxation will not work. But despite this, dismissal of persons in the cabinet and his promise to form a broad-based government, the Gen Z generation in Kenya, they are saying they are not impressed. It is Ruto that they want.
Yeah.
Well, will he survive? We don't know.
We don't know.
Would they have implications for his political future? Certainly, yes.
Absolutely. Well, I believe that he is showing example. He's listening and he is acting on the call of his people.
So, my people, that is it. I hope you guys had everything Arise Television team said here. And also, please, if today is your first time, don't forget to subscribe, turn on your post notifications so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be the first person to be notified. Share this video, just as I said, to your friends so that they will get the opportunity to watch. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up so that YouTube will recommend this video to other people to watch. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'm going to see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.